Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Urdu ebook before it's gone. Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, you'll learn conversational phrases to ask and answer the question, how do you say this? After watching this video, you'll be able to ask someone how a word is pronounced. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your How to Say Something PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
ये कैसे कहते हैं?
ये पार्किंग लॉट है.
Once more with the English translation.
ये कैसे कहते हैं?
How do you say this?
ये पार्किंग लॉट है.
It's parking lot. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, how do you say this? That's,
ये कैसे कहते हैं?
listen to it again.
ये कैसे कहते हैं? ये कैसे कहते हैं?
This Urdu sentence literally translates into, this how you say do, but it means, how do you say this in English? Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is,
ये
word.
है.
This Urdu sentence literally translates into, this word is, but it means, it's word in English. For example, it's parking lot.
ये पार्किंग लॉट है. ये पार्किंग लॉट है.
Here are a few useful words you can use with the same pattern. Parking lot.
पार्किंग लॉट. पार्किंग लॉट.
Morning.
सुबह. सुबह.
Travel.
सफर. सफर.
Invasion.
हमला. हमला.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
ये कैसे कहते हैं?
ये सुबह है.
ये कैसे कहते हैं?
ये सफर है.
ये कैसे कहते हैं?
ये हमला है.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, how do you say this?
ये कैसे कहते हैं?
Now, imagine it's the word morning. Do you remember how to say morning?
सुबह. सुबह.
Say, it's morning.
ये सुबह है.
Now, answer the question saying it's morning.
ये कैसे कहते हैं?
ये सुबह है.
Now imagine the word is travel. Do you remember how to say travel?
सफर. सफर.
Say, it's travel.
ये सफर है.
Now, answer the question saying it's travel.
ये कैसे कहते हैं?
ये सफर है.
Now imagine the word is invasion. Do you remember how to say invasion?
हमला. हमला.
Say, it's invasion.
ये हमला है.
Now answer the question saying it's invasion.
ये कैसे कहते हैं?
ये हमला है.
Want to speak and understand more of your target language? If so, of course, you'll need to know more words and phrases than you do now. In this video, we'll cover 5 ways to master new words and phrases fast. Number 1, use our free vocabulary list. This is a free library of vocabulary and phrase lessons for all kinds of situations. You can learn words and phrases for current events, holidays like Halloween and Thanksgiving, and useful topics like the top 10 ways to say hello, conversational phrases, and more. You'll learn phrases that you won't find in textbooks. If you want to learn extra fast, use the slideshow tool. Just tap or click on View Slideshow, then sit back and review the words and phrases. Find the vocabulary list in the vocabulary drop-down menu on the site. These vocabulary lists are free for all users. Number 2, take the audio and video lessons. One of the best ways to learn new words is by hearing and using them in conversations. This is because it gives you the opportunity to understand how the words are actually used. In every lesson dialogue, you'll likely come across some words you don't know. But don't worry, because our teachers translate everything. When you hear the conversation again at the end of the lesson, you'll be familiar with the words you didn't know at first. Number 3, learn with our 2,000 most common words list. A quick question. How many words do you think you need for conversational fluency? 3,000? 5,000? It's actually not as many as you think. Language experts say you need about 1,500 words to reach conversational fluency. With our 2,000 most common words list, you'll get access to key vocabulary words you need to boost your conversation skills. The words are broken down into simple categories, such as adjectives, nouns, verbs, food, drinks, numbers, months, and so on. So you can go category by category and focus on what you're most interested in first. With this tip, we're not talking about paper flashcards. We're talking about the smart flashcards that you can find in our premium study tools. This is an automatic system individualized for each member based on their study needs. First, you'll use the cards to check your knowledge. Then, according to your answers, the cards will be sorted according to which words you need more practice with. Words that you struggle with will be shown to you more and more. You'll see words that you know well less often. This system helps you study more efficiently. It displays the words you need to work on and knows when you should refresh your knowledge. This helps make sure you don't forget vocabulary. In every study session, these cards will help you refresh your memory on the words you learned last time and introduce new words. Number 5, use the words. After you learn a new word, using it right away is crucial to remembering it. So, when you're done with a lesson or a vocab list, here's something you can do. Leave a comment. Make up a sample sentence and post it in the comment section. Write it down in a notebook, or shadow the word with a lessons dialogue. Our language learning program is full of tools that can help you speak more. Just pick one and get started. If you want to unlock all of these study tools, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, we'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, what's your favorite number? After watching this video, you'll be able to say many numbers and ask someone their favorite number. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Talking About Numbers PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
आपका पसंदीदा नंबर कौन सा है? ये 7 है.
Once more with the English translation.
आपका पसंदीदा नंबर कौन सा है?
What's your favorite number?
ये 7 है.
It's 7. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, "What's your favorite number?" That's
आपका पसंदीदा नंबर कौन सा है?
listen to it again.
आपका पसंदीदा नंबर कौन सा है? आपका पसंदीदा नंबर कौन सा है?
Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is,
ये है.
this Urdu sentence literally translates into, "This number is," but it means, "It's number" in English. For example, it's 7.
ये 7 है. ये 7 है.
Here are a few more numbers you can use with the same pattern. 7,
7 7
2,
2 2
4,
4 4
9,
9 9
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
आपका पसंदीदा नंबर कौन सा है? ये 2 है. आपका पसंदीदा नंबर कौन सा है? ये 4 है. आपका पसंदीदा नंबर कौन सा है? ये 9 है.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, "What's your favorite number?"
आपका पसंदीदा नंबर कौन सा है?
Imagine it's 2. Do you remember how to say 2?
2 2
Say, "It's 2.
ये 2 है.
Now answer the question saying, "It's 2.
आपका पसंदीदा नंबर कौन सा है? ये 2 है.
Now imagine it's 4. Do you remember how to say 4?
4 4
Say, "It's 4.
ये 4 है.
Now, answer the question by saying, "It's 4.
आपका पसंदीदा नंबर कौन सा है? ये 4 है.
Now, imagine it's 9. Do you remember how to say 9?
9 9
Say, "It's 9.
ये 9 है.
Now, answer the question saying, "It's 9.
आपका पसंदीदा नंबर कौन सा है? ये नौ है.
Want to speak your target language with confidence and impress native speakers? When learning to speak a new language, you have lots of things to think about, including grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. Because you're thinking of all of these things and trying to speak, it can be difficult to communicate with confidence, especially in the beginning. This is why it's helpful to make confidence-building exercises part of your language learning process. In this video, you'll learn 7 ways to boost your confidence. 1. Read out loud. This might seem pretty basic, but it's a great way to practice speaking. Reading aloud lets you practice speaking without having to think about grammar or things to talk about. Reading out loud lets you focus on your pronunciation and the rhythm of the language. It can help you learn to speak more smoothly and quickly, without even thinking about it. If you're using our lessons, read the dialogue out loud as you listen. You can read along with the dialogue tool, the lesson notes, or the transcript. 2. Read like a child. This might sound strange, but think about children learning to read. They go slow and sound everything out. Maybe it takes 2 or 3 tries before they read a new word smoothly, and a few more tries before they can read it at a natural pace. This example applies to language learning too. If you find a complex sentence in something you're reading, read it slowly at first, then speed up. With practice, you'll be able to say it easily. It might feel a bit silly to speak very slowly, but this kind of practice can help you identify tough sounds you might miss or say incorrectly when reading quickly. 3. Use the dialogue breakdown tool. If you're using our site, this is a great tool to take advantage of. It breaks down lesson conversations into individual lines. You can listen to the audio for each line, learn what each line means, and can reread and review as much as you want. 4. Use the voice recorder to record and compare yourself with native speakers. Just click on the microphone icon next to each line in the dialogue section. You can use this tool to perfect your pronunciation if you like, but this is also something you can use to work on speaking with confidence at native level speed. You'll find this tool in the dialogue section of all of our lessons. 5. Repeat and review old lesson conversations. Reviewing what you've studied in the past is the best way to make sure you maintain what you've learned. Go back to older lessons, download the lesson dialogue tracks, and re-listen to the conversations again and again. Or you can reread the dialogue lines from previous lessons until you've mastered them all. 6. Shadow conversations. Repeat what you hear out loud. This tactic is important, but it can be tricky when you're doing a brand new lesson. If you're reviewing dialogues from lessons you've done though, it's super easy to do. Just listen to the dialogue and repeat what you hear. Shadowing means mimicking the speaker as soon as they speak, following their intonation and rhythms as closely as possible. 7. Send recordings to your Premium Plus teacher. If you want to speak with confidence, there's no better confidence boost than feedback from a native speaker, and you get just that with a Premium Plus teacher. You can record yourself reciting a lesson dialogue or any dialogue of your own, and your teacher will give you specific tips on how to improve. From the tips your teacher gives you, choose at least one and practice, practice, practice. Being able to react quickly and with confidence in a conversation is typically not something you can do on your first try, but if you continue practicing, you'll gradually find yourself speaking with ease. And for even more ways to build your speaking confidence, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, you'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, what are you doing during the holiday? After watching this video, you'll be able to talk about your holiday plans. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your National Holidays PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
आप यौम पाकिस्तान के लिए क्या कर रहे हैं?
मैं साहिल समुंदर पर जाने का मंसूबा बना रहा हूँ।
Once more with the English translation.
आप यौम पाकिस्तान के लिए क्या कर रहे हैं?
What are you doing for Pakistan Day?
मैं साहिल समुंदर पर जाने का मंसूबा बना रहा हूँ।
I'm planning to go to the beach. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, what are you doing for Pakistan Day? That's,
आप यौम पाकिस्तान के लिए क्या कर रहे हैं?
this day celebrates the Pakistan Resolution, which was passed in Lahore on March 23, 1940. Listen to it again.
आप यौम पाकिस्तान के लिए क्या कर रहे हैं? आप यौम पाकिस्तान के लिए क्या कर रहे हैं?
This Urdu sentence literally translates as, you Pakistan Day for what doing? But it means, what are you doing for Pakistan Day? Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is,
मैं
plan.
का मंसूबा बना रहा हूँ।
This Urdu sentence literally translates as, I am plan of planning. But it means, I'm planning to plan. For example, I'm planning to go to the beach.
मैं साहिल समुंदर पर जाने का मंसूबा बना रहा हूँ। मैं साहिल समुंदर पर जाने का मंसूबा बना रहा हूँ।
Here are a few more phrases you can use with the same pattern to talk about your plans. Go to the beach.
साहिल समुंदर पर जाना। साहिल समुंदर पर जाना।
Travel.
सफ़र करना। सफ़र करना।
Stay home.
घर रहना। घर रहना।
Go to the movies.
फिल्में देखने जाना। फिल्में देखने जाना।
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
आप यौम पाकिस्तान के लिए क्या कर रहे हैं?
मैं सफ़र करने का मंसूबा बना रहा हूँ।
आप यौम पाकिस्तान के लिए क्या कर रहे हैं?
मैं घर रहने का मंसूबा बना रहा हूँ।
आप यौम पाकिस्तान के लिए क्या कर रहे हैं?
मैं फिल्में देखने जाने का मंसूबा बना रहा हूँ।
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, what are you doing for Pakistan Day?
आप यौम पाकिस्तान के लिए क्या कर रहे हैं?
Imagine you're planning to travel. Do you remember how to say travel?
सफ़र करना। सफ़र करना।
Say, I'm planning to travel.
मैं सफ़र करने का मंसूबा बना रहा हूँ।
Now, answer the question saying you're planning to travel.
आप यौम पाकिस्तान के लिए क्या कर रहे हैं?
मैं सफ़र करने का मंसूबा बना रहा हूँ।
Now, imagine you're planning to stay home. Do you remember how to say stay home?
घर रहना। घर रहना.
Say, I'm planning to stay home.
मैं घर रहने का मंसूबा बना रहा हूँ.
Now answer the question saying you're planning to stay home.
आप यौम पाकिस्तान के लिए क्या कर रहे हैं?
मैं घर रहने का मंसूबा बना रहा हूँ.
Now imagine you're planning to go to the movies. Do you remember how to say, go to the movies?
फिल्में देखने जाना. फिल्में देखने जाना.
Say, I'm planning to go to the movies.
मैं फिल्में देखने जाने का मंसूबा बना रहा हूँ.
Now, answer the question saying you're planning to go to the movies.
आप यौम पाकिस्तान के लिए क्या कर रहे हैं?
मैं फिल्में देखने जाने का मंसूबा बना रहा हूँ.
You've studied for a while and are ready to talk to people and practice what you've learned. But where do you start? Starting a conversation in a new language can seem a bit intimidating. How do you just jump into it? In this video, we'll look at 5 ways to start conversations. Number 1. Introduce yourself in your target language. This is usually one of the first things you learn when you start studying a new language. And sometimes, starting a conversation, or continuing one, is as simple as introducing yourself. Number 2. Talking about the weather. This is a universal talking point. People talk about the weather all over the world. And just saying, it's really nice today, is enough to start a conversation. A great way to practice your weather conversation skills is to check out our Can-Do lesson pathway. This series of lessons teaches you how to talk about the weather in your target language. Number 3. Give compliments. Compliments are a great way to start a conversation. You can compliment something about your conversation partner's city, country, or something specific to them personally. Hey, your bag is super cute, or that ice cream looks delicious. These kinds of compliments can lead to further conversation about what you complimented. In this case, it could be fashion or a local restaurant. This is a great way to make quick connections with people. Number 4. Ask for help. For example, you can ask for directions, ask about prices, or request recommendations for restaurants or shopping spots, and let the conversation go from there. People are usually happy to lend a helping hand to tourists who are visiting their city. Number 5. Learn phrases for transactions. This can include getting a room at a hotel, or telling a taxi driver where to go. When you're traveling overseas, you'll need to talk to other people in your target language. And while this might be a bit scary at first, you'll find that the people you meet are just happy that you're trying to communicate with them. So get started talking in your target language now. For even more tips on how to start conversations, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. Today, we'll learn conversational phrases about occupations. After watching this video, you'll be able to talk about your job and ask what somebody does for a living. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your occupation PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
आप क्या करते हैं? मैं आर्टिस्ट हूँ.
Listen to it again, now with the English translation.
आप क्या करते हैं?
What do you do?
मैं आर्टिस्ट हूँ.
I'm an artist. First of all, you need to learn how to say, what do you do? That's
आप क्या करते हैं?
Listen to it again.
आप क्या करते हैं? आप क्या करते हैं?
This Urdu sentence literally translates into you what do, but it means what do you do in English. Now, how do you answer this question? This is the pattern you'll need.
मैं
Your occupation.
हूँ.
I'm a, an, your occupation. For example, I'm an artist.
मैं आर्टिस्ट हूँ. मैं आर्टिस्ट हूँ.
Here are a few more professions you can use with the same pattern. Police officer,
पुलिस अफसर. पुलिस अफसर.
teacher,
उस्ताद. उस्ताद.
उस्तानी. उस्तानी.
doctor,
डॉक्टर. डॉक्टर.
engineer,
इंजीनियर. इंजीनियर.
Now, listen to some examples.
आप क्या करते हैं?
मैं उस्तानी हूँ.
आप क्या करते हैं? मैं डॉक्टर हूँ. आप क्या करते हैं? मैं इंजीनियर हूँ.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, what do you do?
आप क्या करते हैं?
Imagine you're a doctor. Do you remember how to say, doctor?
डॉक्टर. डॉक्टर.
Say, I'm a doctor.
मैं डॉक्टर हूँ.
Now answer the question saying that you are a doctor.
आप क्या करते हैं? मैं डॉक्टर हूँ.
Now, imagine you're a teacher. Do you remember how to say teacher?
उस्ताद. उस्ताद.
Say, I'm a teacher.
मैं उस्तानी हूँ.
Now, answer the question saying that you are a teacher.
आप क्या करते हैं?
मैं उस्तानी हूँ.
Now, imagine you're an engineer. Do you remember how to say engineer?
इंजीनियर. इंजीनियर.
Say, I'm an engineer.
मैं इंजीनियर हूँ.
Now, answer the question saying that you are an engineer.
आप क्या करते हैं? मैं इंजीनियर हूँ.
Most people who learn a foreign language learn it so that they can one day have real-life conversations with native speakers. When you start out learning and crack open your first textbook or listen to your first podcast, having a real conversation can feel like a fantasy. When everything about a language feels new, it can be overwhelming. But this couldn't be further from the truth. While it does take a significant amount of time and effort to become fluent, having a conversation might not be as far off as you think. In this video, we'll look at 3 ways you can boost your conversational skills and start talking to native speakers. Number 1, find native speakers and practice with them. It's unlikely you live near a big group of native speakers to practice with. If you happen to be in a major or international city, your chances may be better. Check and see if your city has a general language exchange. Chances are there could be a native speaker there who is also trying to learn another language. Practicing in person with a native speaker is probably the most interesting option for honing your speaking skills. But if you can't find anyone where you live, the next best option is to look online. Luckily for language learners, the past 10 years or so have seen an explosion in online language exchange sites. On these websites, you can search for someone who is a native speaker of your target language and is also learning your native language. The idea behind a language exchange is that you communicate with them via video or text chat, and half of the time, they help you practice your target language. And for the other half, you help them practice theirs. Practicing via an online language exchange is a highly effective way to practice your conversational skills. Number 2, work on pronunciation. Pronunciation is often an overlooked skill when it comes to learning a foreign language. Most people think of a good foreign accent as a luxury rather than a necessity. But what most people don't talk about is how having a good accent boosts your listening and comprehension skills. If you can hear a sound from a foreign language and know how to make it yourself, then you're more likely to understand native speakers when they talk at normal speed, and you're also more likely to remember any new words or phrases you come across. Having a good accent means that the language no longer sounds foreign. Instead, it sounds familiar, maybe even natural. So how do you go about perfecting your accent? The best way is to break down the language into its individual sounds. Make note of any sounds that are the same or similar to your native language and of those that are different. Of the sounds that are different, spend your time practicing the ones that you find the hardest to say correctly. After you're comfortable with the individual sounds, you can start linking together words and phrases. This is where accent practice starts to get really fun and interesting. Get your hands on some native speaker audio from a TV show, song, or podcast. Play the audio back and listen closely a few times. Take note of how words blend together in speech. Then, do your best to imitate what you hear, trying to match the speaker's emphasis and intonation. Our language learning program's playback feature is perfect for this. Record yourself and compare it to the original recording. Rinse and repeat until you're comfortable with the audio selection, and then move on to something more difficult. This is how you can break through the accent barrier and really start to make the language your own. Number 3, learn phrases, not just individual words. Learning grammar and individual words is great, but it's not the only approach you should take if you want to speak fluently. In addition to your regular grammar and vocabulary, try learning whole phrases, even if you aren't totally sure how they work grammatically. Learn phrases that are specific to your needs. It's a good idea to learn phrases that are grouped around a certain setting or subject, such as simple greetings or introductions, questions for getting to know someone, or traveling comfortably. You can even learn filler phrases, which you can use so that you have something to say when, well, you don't know what to say. Learning phrases like this will help you become conversational faster. You may not understand what you're saying literally, but as long as you know the general meaning behind the phrase and know when to use it, you'll be able to talk like a native. Eventually, your knowledge of grammar and vocabulary should catch up with the phrases you know. Learning a new language should feel like an adventure. There will be plateaus and periods in your learning where it feels like you're hitting a wall, but being able to speak with native speakers and have real conversations will help you combat language fatigue. After all, talking to someone face-to-face in a foreign language is one of the main reasons we start learning in the first place. And for even more ways to gain conversation skills, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Hey everyone, Alicia here. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, we'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, how's your mother? After watching this video, you'll be able to talk about well-being and ask how someone is doing. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Conversation About Family Well-Being PDF cheat sheet for free. Now let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
तुम्हारी वालिदा कैसी हैं? वो ठीक है।
Once more with the English translation.
तुम्हारी वालिदा कैसी हैं?
How's your mother?
वो ठीक है।
She's fine. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, How's your mother? That's,
तुम्हारी वालिदा कैसी हैं?
listen to it again.
तुम्हारी वालिदा कैसी हैं? तुम्हारी वालिदा कैसी हैं?
This Urdu sentence literally means, Your mother how is? But it translates as, How's your mother? In English. Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is
वो
state of well being.
है।
This Urdu sentence literally means she, state of well being, is, but it translates as she is state of well being. For example, she's fine.
वो ठीक है। वो ठीक है।
Here are a few expressions related to well being that you can use with this pattern. Great,
बहुत अच्छा। बहुत अच्छा।
fine,
ठीक। ठीक।
so so,
ना अच्छा ना बुरा। ना अच्छा ना बुरा।
not good.
ठीक नहीं। ठीक नहीं।
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
तुम्हारी वालिदा कैसी हैं? वो बहुत अच्छी है। तुम्हारी वालिदा कैसी हैं? वो ना अच्छी ना बुरी है। तुम्हारी वालिदा कैसी हैं? वो ठीक नहीं है।
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, How's your mother?
तुम्हारी वालिदा कैसी हैं?
Imagine she's great. Do you remember how to say, Great?
बहुत अच्छा। बहुत अच्छा।
Say, She's great.
वो बहुत अच्छी है।
Now, answer the question saying she's great.
तुम्हारी वालिदा कैसी हैं? वो बहुत अच्छी है।
Now imagine she's so so. Do you remember how to say so so?
ना अच्छा ना बुरा। ना अच्छा ना बुरा।
Say, She's so so.
वो ना अच्छी ना बुरी है।
Now, answer the question saying she's so so.
तुम्हारी वालिदा कैसी हैं? वो ना अच्छी ना बुरी है।
Now imagine she's not good. Do you remember how to say not good?
ठीक नहीं। ठीक नहीं।
Say, She's not good.
वो ठीक नहीं है।
Now, answer the question saying she's not good.
तुम्हारी वालिदा कैसी हैं? वो ठीक नहीं है।
When learning a new language, everyone should have an ultimate goal to work towards. Whether you want to be able to connect with a relative, easily order food while traveling, or go somewhere new, having an end goal for your learning can be very motivating. A popular but challenging goal is being able to speak like a native speaker. It's difficult to measure exactly when you reach this goal, and it's not something you can pick up using textbooks alone. So how do you work on making your speech more natural? That's what we're going to look at today. Here are 3 tips to help you practice talking like a native speaker. Number 1, focus on vocabulary. If your goal is to speak like a native, you might be really focused on speaking quickly or using as many complex grammar patterns as possible. But in our native languages, we're not always trying to speak as fast as possible, and we use complex grammar patterns when necessary, not to show off. Vocabulary, however, is extremely important to expressing ourselves naturally. Your choice of words can reveal a lot about you and your understanding of the language. Most learners have had the experience of using a phrasebook or a dictionary to find a word they want to use, trying the word in conversation, and getting a look of confusion from the native speaker. In some cases, although your word choice may be grammatically correct, the word may be inappropriate for the situation or totally unnatural. This is especially important in business and other formal situations, where the right level of formality and professionalism is key. Being able to understand nuances in vocabulary words can also help you understand relationships between people just by listening to the conversation. Try to listen to many different types of conversations. Listen to how people talk to their friends, their superiors, and in customer service situations. This will give you a better idea of how to talk to others naturally. In some languages, you can omit words from sentences or use more direct communication styles. It's important to be aware of these things so you can apply them yourself. Colloquialisms and slang are also commonly used in most languages. As this sort of vocabulary is always evolving, it can be difficult to keep up with the latest words. Talk with native speakers and consume media in your target language to make sure you pick up these kinds of expressions. Media is a great resource for your learning. Ultimately, knowing the appropriate vocabulary to use for each situation will really help you sound more knowledgeable. Number 2, perfect your accent. With every language, there are unique pronunciation and intonation challenges. Some languages are tonal languages, and a change in pitch can completely change the meaning of a word. Then there's the fact that most countries have multiple dialects, and so people from one area of the country may sound different from those in another. So what is the best way to listen to a wide range of accents and different pronunciations? Video and audio resources are a great way to do this. YouTube is a perfect place to start because people from all kinds of different backgrounds upload videos to the platform. You can watch educational videos, daily life vlogs, cooking shows, a travel series, whatever interests you. Pay attention to the different ways people speak. Everyone is unique. And then practice speaking like them. This kind of practice can help you sound more natural. One note, please be aware of the type of resources you're using. For example, if you find a video where a speaker uses a rare dialect, it might not be a good idea to use that for your pronunciation practice, unless you have a special reason for studying a specific accent. As a general rule, it's best to try to search for practice resources that use a standard form of the language you're studying. Number 3, copy what you hear. Do you remember how you learned to speak as a child? We rarely learned new words just listening to them, or reading after we learned how. When we were little kids, we imitated the sounds we heard by repeating the sounds out loud. While you're talking to a friend, watching videos, or listening to audio in your target language, you can do this to try and replicate the way they speak. Doing this will help you work on mastering the flow of the language, your accent, intonation, and pronunciation. Of course, you might also pick up some new vocabulary this way. Make sure to repeat new words often. It's a great way to make sure you remember them. Try doing this using a number of different mediums and sources. That way, you'll be exposed to the diversity that the language offers and master the fundamentals of pronunciation. For example, you can watch and imitate several different YouTube videos and audio CDs, but try a few different sources, like different creators or different audio types, to make sure you experience a wide range of communication in your target language. If you're using our language learning program, you can even get your own teacher with Premium Plus. Your teacher can answer questions, give assignments, and even listen to your recordings and give you advice on pronunciation. Completing these kinds of lessons with a native teacher can really boost your confidence in your speaking skills. Becoming able to speak like a native is a popular goal for many people learning a new language. It feels great to be able to communicate smoothly, especially when the people you're talking to expect basic level sentences or broken communication. Try using the tips we've shared in this video to work on improving your speaking skills. Of course, it'll take time and persistence, but the reward will be more natural communication. And for even more tips on speaking, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Hey everyone, Alicia here. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, we'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, what's the matter? After watching this video, you'll be able to make complaints and ask someone else if they're having any issues. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Making Complaints PDF cheat sheet for free. Now let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
क्या मसला है?
दफ्तर गर्म है.
Once more with the English translation.
क्या मसला है?
What's the matter?
दफ्तर गर्म है.
The office is hot. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, what's the matter? That's,
क्या मसला है?
listen to it again.
क्या मसला है? क्या मसला है?
This Urdu sentence literally translates into, what problem is? But it means, what's the matter in English. Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is
दफ्तर
adjective.
है.
This Urdu sentence literally translates into, office adjective is, but it means the office is adjective in English. For example, the office is hot.
दफ्तर गर्म है. दफ्तर गर्म है.
Here are a few more examples you can use with the same pattern to make complaints. Hot,
गर्म. गर्म.
cold,
सर्द सर्द
noisy,
पुरशोर पुरशोर
dirty,
गंदा गंदा
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
क्या मसला है? दफ्तर सर्द है. क्या मसला है? दफ्तर पुरशोर है. क्या मसला है? दफ्तर गंदा है.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, what's the matter?
क्या मसला है?
Imagine the office is cold. Do you remember how to say cold?
सर्द सर्द
Say, the office is cold.
दफ्तर सर्द है.
Now answer the question saying the office is cold.
क्या मसला है? दफ्तर सर्द है.
Now imagine the office is noisy. Do you remember how to say noisy?
पुरशोर. पुरशोर.
Say, the office is noisy.
दफ्तर पुरशोर है.
Now, answer the question saying the office is noisy.
क्या मसला है? दफ्तर पुरशोर है.
Now imagine the office is dirty. Do you remember how to say dirty?
गंदा. गंदा.
Say, the office is dirty.
दफ्तर गंदा है.
Now answer the question saying the office is dirty.
क्या मसला है? दफ्तर गंदा है.
Want to speak real Urdu from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at urdupod101.com.
Want to finally start speaking in your target language? In this guide, you'll discover the top 7 ways to practice speaking on your own with our lessons. Let's begin. Number 1, shadowing. Shadowing is a proven learning technique where all you do is repeat what you hear in order to practice speaking. So, access any audio or video lesson on the site and press the play button to start. Then, as you listen or watch, just repeat the conversations. Or, even easier, read along out loud with the dialogue section. The script is right there in front of you. With our lessons, you can master entire conversations, just like that. Number 2, read out loud. I just mentioned it, but reading out loud is another powerful tactic and deserves its own mention. With every lesson, you get written transcripts and translations. So, as you play the lesson, read the dialogue out loud as you hear it. Why? By reading out loud, you're also practicing your speaking skills. You can do this with the lesson notes, the lesson transcript, or the dialogue tool. With the dialogue tool, you can listen to each line again and again, and repeat out loud until you master them all. Number 3, speed up your reading to speed up your speaking. Being able to speak without thinking is a sign of language mastery. If you're talking to a native and can respond quickly, they'll assume that you're fairly fluent. How can you do this? When you read out loud, try increasing your speed a little bit every time. So, start by reading with the dialogue tool. If you're like most learners, you'll read the first line slowly. That's because you're still getting used to the words, which is okay. Reread it. On your second try, you know most of the words, and you'll read a little faster. Reread it again. On your third try, you'll be even faster, at a native speaker's speed. And being able to read these phrases out loud and fast will help you speak fast. Number 4, record and compare yourself with native speakers. In order to sound like a native speaker, you must imitate native speakers. So here's how. Access the voice recorder, which is in the dialogue study tool in every lesson. Click on the microphone icon. Listen to the native speaker's audio, and then record yourself. You can then compare the 2 recordings side by side, and practice and try again and again until you perfect your pronunciation. Number 5, get feedback from our Premium Plus teacher. If you're learning by yourself and don't have access to real teachers, then you can always get feedback from our Premium Plus teachers. With the My Teacher tool, you can record yourself speaking and send the audio file to the teacher. They'll review it and tell you what to improve and how. That's it. Number 6, level up your speaking with Premium Plus assignments. With Premium Plus, you can also get assignments that cover reading, writing, listening, and even speaking from your teacher. These assignments can be tailored to your goals and needs. You get a new one every week, or anytime you're ready for a new one. Number 7, get even more lessons in the lesson library. If you want even more lessons on speaking and conversations, visit our lesson library and under Category, choose Conversation. You'll get all of the pathways and lessons that are focused on speaking. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share it with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way, and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. I'll see you next time. Bye!
Assalamu alaikum. मेरा नाम अफ्रा है. Hi, my name is Afra. Welcome to UrduPod101.com's 3 minute में Urdu, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Urdu. In the last lesson, you learned how to show gratitude to people by saying shukriya. In this lesson, you will learn some of the most common greetings used in Pakistan. क्या आप तैयार हैं? Are you ready? तो चलिए शुरू करें. So let's begin. Let's start with a greeting you are sure to have heard before. Assalamu alaikum. This is a phrase that is so closely associated with Pakistan and Islamic culture that it has become famous all over the world. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. The phrase Assalamu alaikum is actually Arabic for peace be on you. We use it as a formal as well as a friendly greeting. It's used when people meet at any time of the day, morning, noon, or evening. Use this and you will surely impress your Pakistani friends. In Urdu, using different greetings for each time of the day is not very common. When talking to friends, we usually just use the English phrases, but there are equivalent Urdu versions. They are just not used that often. If you meet someone before noon, you can say Subha bakhair. Subha bakhair. For later in the day, you can say Sham bakhair. Sham bakhair. But most of the time, you can just say Assalamu alaikum and not worry about it. Now let's move on to the expressions we use for saying goodbye in Urdu. A parting expression that we can use for all occasions is फिर मिलेंगे, which means see you. फिर मिलेंगे. फिर मिलेंगे. The first word फिर means again, and the second word मिलेंगे means we will meet. Let's look at one more expression. Alvida. Alvida is an Urdu word which means farewell. Alvida. Alvida. It is an appropriate choice when parting for a long time or forever. Now it's time for Afra's advice. As we learned in this lesson, Assalamu alaikum can be used at any time of the day. But this all-around greeting is not just for saying hello, but for saying goodbye as well. It really is a very useful phrase and you should remember it by heart. In the next lesson, you will learn the meaning of the phrase क्या आप अंग्रेजी बोलते हैं? Do you already know it? I'll be waiting to tell you about it in our next lesson. फिर मिलेंगे.
Today we're going to talk about 4 techniques to help you stop translating in your head and instead start thinking in your target language. This will allow you to have conversations with ease, read smoothly, and better understand native speakers. These are 4 methods to help you think in a new language. Number 1, surround yourself with your target language. This way, you'll be completely immersed in the language. Without realizing it, you'll learn pronunciation, sentence structures, grammar, and new vocabulary. Play music in the background while you're cooking, or have a radio station on while you study. Just use one of our endless podcasts available to you. These are easy to listen to in the background while doing other things. Number 2, learn through observation. This is how we all learned our native languages as kids. Words will develop their own meanings that relate better to your target language, rather than meanings that are translated directly. Number 3, speak out loud to yourself. Even if you're a little embarrassed, it forces you to listen to how you speak. It makes it much easier to spot simple grammar mistakes. Number 4, practice daily. If you practice everything for only one day, you won't retain the information you learned. The brain can realistically only focus for about 30 minutes. So studying a little every day allows you to absorb better. Follow these steps and have patience. You'll soon be able to achieve your language learning goals. Just make sure to remember these 4 methods. Sign up for your free lifetime account. No credit card required, and you'll get the best free online resources. And start learning more every day.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum, and this is Afra. Welcome to our series Urdu Top Words. So today our lesson would be Top 10 Questions That You Should Know. So let's get started. Aapka naam kya hai? What is your name? So the first question is, Aapka naam kya hai? What is your name? Mera naam Afra hai. My name is Afra. Aap kahan se hain? Where are you from? Aap kahan se hain? Where are you from? Main Lahore se hoon. I'm from Lahore. Aapki salgira kab hai? When is your birthday? Aapki salgira kab hai? When is your birthday? Meri salgira November mein hai. My birthday is in November. Aap kahan rehti hain? Where do you live? Aap kahan rehti hain? Where do you live? Main Lahore mein rehti hoon. I live in Lahore. So guys, you're going to notice that in a lot of questions, I'm going to be using some words which I'm going to change according to the principles of masculine and feminine nouns and verbs. And if you want to know more about it, please do visit our website. We have a whole other series explaining Urdu nouns and verbs and how the rules of masculine and feminine apply to it. So please try to stay with me on this one. Aapka phone number kya hai? What's your phone number? So the next question is, Aapka phone number kya hai? What is your phone number? Mera phone number ye hai. My phone number is. So you just have to replace your number with the word ye, and ye literally means this. Aapne Urdu kahan se seekhi? Where did you learn Urdu? Aapne Urdu kahan se seekhi? Where did you learn Urdu? Maine Urdu urdupod101.com se seekhi. I learned Urdu from urdupod101.com, which would be true in your case. Okay. क्या आप पाकिस्तानी खाना पसंद करती हैं? Do you like Pakistani food? क्या आप पाकिस्तानी खाना पसंद करती हैं? So if you're a guy, you would be using करते हैं, but if you're a girl, you'll be using करती हैं. Do you like Pakistani food? जी हाँ, मैं पाकिस्तानी खाना पसंद करता हूँ. Yes, I like Pakistani food. क्या आप पाकिस्तान गए हैं? Have you been to Pakistan? क्या आप पाकिस्तान गई हैं? Have you been to Pakistan? जी हाँ. Yes. आप पाकिस्तान में कहाँ जाना चाहते हैं? Where do you want to go in Pakistan? आप पाकिस्तान में कहाँ जाना चाहते हैं? Where do you want to go in Pakistan? मैं लाहौर जाना चाहती हूँ. I want to go to Lahore. आप पाकिस्तान में कितने दिन के लिए हैं? For how many days are you in Pakistan? आप पाकिस्तान में कितने दिन के लिए हैं? For how many days are you in Pakistan? मैं 5 दिनों के लिए पाकिस्तान में हूँ. I am in Pakistan for 5 days. So this is the end of lesson, guys. I hope you like our video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe down below and check our website www.urdupod101.com. See you until next time. Allah Hafiz. Hello, Assalamu alaikum. This is Afra and welcome to our series Urdu Top Words. And our today's lesson is Top 10 Phrases to Amaze Native Speakers. Let's get started. आपका शुक्रिया लेकिन मैं असल में पैदाइशी बोलने वाला नहीं हूँ। आपका शुक्रिया, लेकिन मैं असल में पैदाइशी बोलने वाली नहीं हूँ। Thank you, but I'm not a native speaker actually. आपका शुक्रिया, लेकिन मैं असल में पैदाइशी बोलने वाला नहीं हूँ। आपका शुक्रिया, लेकिन मैं असल में पैदाइशी बोलने वाली नहीं हूँ। Thank you, but I'm not a native speaker actually. I would say it would be quite a compliment if you can receive that kind of appreciation after learning Urdu from urdupod101.com. मैं 3 साल में एक मुकामी बोलने वाले की तरह उर्दू बोलूँगा। मैं 3 साल में एक मुकामी बोलने वाले की तरह उर्दू बोलूँगी। I will speak Urdu like a native speaker in 3 years. मैं 3 साल में एक मकामी बोलने वाले की तरह उर्दू बोलूँगा। मैं 3 साल में एक मकामी बोलने वाले की तरह उर्दू बोलूँगी। I will speak Urdu like a native speaker in 3 years. मैं 10 साल से उर्दू सीख रहा हूँ। मैं 10 साल से उर्दू सीख रही हूँ। I have been learning Urdu for 10 years. मैं 10 साल से उर्दू सीख रहा हूँ। मैं 10 साल से उर्दू सीख रही हूँ। I have been learning Urdu for 10 years. मैं सबटाइटल्स के बगैर पाकिस्तानी फिल्में देख सकता हूँ। मैं सबटाइटल्स के बगैर पाकिस्तानी फिल्में देख सकती हूँ। I can watch Pakistani movies without subtitles. मैं सबटाइटल्स के बगैर पाकिस्तानी फिल्में देख सकता हूँ। मैं सबटाइटल्स के बगैर पाकिस्तानी फिल्में देख सकती हूँ। I can watch Pakistani movies without subtitles. Wow, that's quite impressive, I think. मैं उर्दू के तकरीबन 50 नए अल्फाज एक दिन में याद कर सकता हूँ। मैं उर्दू के तकरीबन 50 नए अल्फाज एक दिन में याद कर सकती हूँ। I can memorize around 50 new Urdu words in a day. मैं उर्दू के तकरीबन 50 नए अल्फाज एक दिन में याद कर सकता हूँ। मैं उर्दू के तकरीबन 50 नए अल्फाज एक दिन में याद कर सकती हूँ। I can memorize around 50 new Urdu words in a day. उर्दू मज़ेदार है और सीखने में आसान है। उर्दू is fun and easy to learn. उर्दू मज़ेदार है और सीखने में आसान है। उर्दू is fun and easy to learn. उर्दू जानने के अलावा मैं चंद दीगर ज़बानें भी बोल सकता हूँ। उर्दू जानने के अलावा मैं चंद दीगर ज़बानें भी बोल सकती हूँ। Apart from knowing Urdu, I can speak a few other languages as well. उर्दू जानने के अलावा मैं चंद दीगर ज़बानें भी बोल सकता हूँ। उर्दू जानने के अलावा मैं चंद दीगर ज़बानें भी बोल सकती हूँ। Apart from knowing Urdu, I can speak a few other languages as well. मैं तमाम उर्दू खुद से सीख रहा हूँ। मैं तमाम उर्दू खुद से सीख रही हूँ। I am learning Urdu all by myself. मैं तमाम उर्दू खुद से सीख रहा हूँ। मैं तमाम उर्दू खुद से सीख रही हूँ। I'm learning Urdu all by myself. जो कुछ आपने कहा, मैं मुकम्मल तौर पर सब कुछ समझ गई। जो कुछ आपने कहा, मैं मुकम्मल तौर पर सब कुछ समझ गया। I completely understood everything you said. जो कुछ आपने कहा है, मैं मुकम्मल तौर पर सब कुछ समझ गई। जो कुछ आपने कहा, मैं मुकम्मल तौर पर सब कुछ समझ गया। I completely understood everything you said. मैं नई और पुरानी उर्दू जानता हूँ। मैं नई और पुरानी उर्दू जानती हूँ। I know old and new Urdu. मैं नई और पुरानी उर्दू जानता हूँ. मैं नई और पुरानी उर्दू जानती हूँ. I know old and new Urdu. I think this is one of the most impressive phrases that you can say to anyone. Thank you for watching this video. This is the end of our lesson. If you liked our video, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe down below and do check our website www.urdupod101.com. See you until next time. Allah Hafiz. अस्सलामु अलैकुम. मेरा नाम अफरा है. आपसे मिलकर खुशी हुई. Hi, my name is Afra. Nice to meet you. Welcome to UrduPod101.com's 3 minute में Urdu, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Urdu. In this series, you are going to learn basic Urdu expressions. It's super easy and it only takes 3 minutes. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to introduce yourself in Urdu. There are only 2 sentences you need to know. Assalamu alaikum. मेरा नाम अफरा है. आपसे मिलकर खुशी हुई. Hi, my name is Afra. Nice to meet you. Start by saying Assalamu alaikum. Then say मेरा नाम, then your name, and then say है. Please repeat after me. Assalamu alaikum. मेरा नाम, your name, है. Finally, say आपसे मिलकर खुशी हुई. आपसे मिलकर खुशी हुई. Together we have Assalamu alaikum. मेरा नाम अफरा है. आपसे मिलकर खुशी हुई. Let's take a closer look at the first sentence. First is the phrase Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum in Urdu is equivalent to hello. Next is mera, meaning my. This is a way to refer to yourself which can be used by both men and women. Next we have naam, meaning name. Then you say your name, and finally we have hai. Hai is attached to the end of the sentence and literally means to exist. In the first sentence, we have the construction mera plus naam plus your name plus hai. The structure of simple Urdu sentences is different from English. In Urdu, the word order is subject, object, verb. The second sentence we have is आपसे मिलकर खुशी हुई. आपसे मिलकर खुशी हुई can be used by both men and women. It means nice to meet you. It is used when meeting someone for the first time. आपसे मिलकर खुशी हुई. आपसे मिलकर खुशी हुई. Again, all together it is Assalamu alaikum. मेरा नाम अफरा है. आपसे मिलकर खुशी हुई. Now it's time for Afra's advice. Pakistani people do generally shake hands with people of the same gender and often hug them as well. If you're unsure, just say Assalamu alaikum and shake hands with people of the same gender as you. However, in a business situation or with people from the opposite gender, you might refrain from shaking hands.
आपके पास कितनी बिल्लियां हैं
मेरे पास एक बिल्ली है.
और कितने कुत्ते?
2. मकान नंबर 20 कहाँ है?
वो यहाँ से थोड़ा दूर है.
क्या बस वहाँ जाएगी?
जी हाँ, बराहे मेहरबानी बस नंबर 12 लीजिए.
In the last lesson, you learned how to make plans in Urdu. In this lesson, we are going to learn about the verb to be, hona. You will also learn how to ask the question, where are you from, and how to answer it with your nationality. When you meet a new person in Pakistan, they might ask you, aap kahan se hain? This means, where are you from? Aap kahan se hain? Let's break it down. You should be familiar with aap, the formal word for you. The next word, kahan, is the question word where. Then comes se, meaning from, and finally, hai is the conjugated form of the verb to be, hona, that is used with the pronoun aap. It is similar to the English are. Once again, it is आप कहाँ से हैं? This question can be used when speaking to both men and women because the verb to be, who, is the same for any gender. Answering this question is very easy. Just say मैं, then your country name, and then say हूँ. For example, मैं रूस से हूँ. मैं रूस से हूँ. This means I'm from Russia. If you're not from Russia, then just replace Rus with your own country. मैं जापान से हूँ means I am from Japan. मैं अमेरिका से हूँ means I am from America. मैं चीन से हूँ means I am from China. You can also answer the question, where are you from, by saying your nationality instead of which country you are from. The pattern is मैं, your nationality, हूँ. Remembering the vocabulary for most nationalities is very easy. Just add the sound E to the end of the name of a country. Be careful though, because the rule does not hold true for all countries. Let's take a look at some examples. If you are Japanese, you will say मैं जापानी हूँ. If you are Chinese, you will say मैं चीनी हूँ. If you are German, however, then the pattern would be different. You need to remove the Y at the end of the name Germany, so it will be मैं जर्मन हूँ. To return the question, you can simply say और आप, which is and you, in a polite way, or आप. Now it's time for Afra's advice. Islamic Republic of Pakistan is the Pakistan's official name, but people normally use just Pakistan. The name Pakistan has its roots in the religion Islam. Pakistan literally means clean land. In this lesson, you learned how to talk about nationalities.
Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Urdu ebook before it's gone.